Hey there, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a good day under this bright full moon that I'm currently recording this video. And uh, and yeah, just hope that you're having a good day. Um Today we're exploring something super fun. Today I'm being told that whomever watches this video has done the work, and so we're looking into what beautiful things and beautiful blessings and gifts that we are to be receiving. What beautiful blessings, manifestations are we waiting to witness as a result of all of our hard work, quote unquote hard. So yeah, I'm super excited about this one. If you're interested in that too, if you're excited as much as I am about this topic, well, make yourself comfortable, make yourself at home. You already know the jazz, and we're gonna get into it now. So today we got three groups to be choosing from, and before you actually make your choice, I actually like two of these cards like just slipped through as I was shuffling the decks to pre-select the oracle cards of the decks, and I just felt like the energy was so cool. Relax and desire, and the message very much. The energy is just so good. First of all, it's like relaxation, especially for those who've been hard at work lately. Um, Funny thing that we got like double Cancer energy too, I hadn't seen. But yeah, the message here is whomever you are, understand that your desires unfold when you relax. Okay? We're here to receive the desires, we're not chasing them. That needed to come through, but the energy is just so comfortably peaceful and relaxed that I just couldn't skip on that. But anyways, we got three good to choosing from today, and as always, I'm going to be asking you to tune into your intuition, taking as much time as it needs, so as to make your choice to know whichever pile resonates with you the most, whichever pile holds the information that you're meant to be hearing right now, whichever pile holds the information about all the gifts and all the blessings and all the yummy stuff that you're here to receive. So yeah, trust yourself on this one. For pile number one, we have the yellow calcite, pile number two with the citrine, pile number three with the pyrite. Okay, so again, take your time. I'm gonna be moving on to pile number one. You can pause the video if you need more time to choose. Okay, and I'm gonna be seeing you at your video. Hey there, pal number one, I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a good time. If you chose the yellow calcite, that's going to be your reading. And so we're going to get into it. I'm going to drop it here, sure. When I keep the oracle cards for the end, and we're going to start with the All Trustworthy Tarot, asking Spirit, pal number one, what are the beautiful gifts that are unfolding in your life as a result of your dedication, of your hard work? What is it? Tell us. Beautiful things already. I genuinely feel, yeah, like the overall energy for this collective on this video, whoops, very much is people who've been hard at work with themselves, as in Two of Pentacles seems to be wanting to come through as well. People who've been hard at work, people who've been really taking the time to do the work, to explore their own vibration, their own frequency, to explore their beliefs, to invest in following their intuition, invest in themselves and feeling good. And that has a lot of consequences in our lives. But some of these consequences may take some time to appear, or may have felt in the past like they would take some time to appear, because that wasn't the time for it. It was the time for us to put in the work. So now we get to see what's on the other side. And what I can tell is it feels nice. Temperance, it's peace and harmony, like straight up. For all of those who felt like they were running for a while, who felt like they had to push a boulder upstream, that they were paddling upstream, all of those who've been dealing with resistance, not in a bad way. We understand that this resistance is generally like for us to discover things, but it's coming to an end. And it's coming to an end because we have grown so much that we don't let these things bother us anymore in a way. It's like we're peaceful within, so we don't mind this seeming chaos that may be unfolding outside. That is very much like a scream for peace, like non-duality. We're just not interested in the drama anymore, and so it's just peaceful. Like we had the card. Can I find, yeah, this one before? It's just a notion of tranquility. It's very much the vibe I'm getting here through this card. Ace of Pentacles is giving me, like, funnily enough, I got the Pentacles, we got all the four suits. We don't, but the fact that we had the swords made me feel like we had, but that kind of still feels relevant. So I'm gonna go with that. It's as if we had the four suits, so it just feels like it's a brand new beginning. And I feel like you've heard that a lot, but that is because when people dedicate themselves to their growth, to getting to know themselves, you tend to accelerate your progress to tremendous speeds, so much so that eventually you just start not being linear anymore and you start jumping timelines and all this kind of jazz. And what I'm seeing here is like a lot of beginnings, a lot of new energies. We got the A's, we got twos. It's new energy, it's fresh energy, it's yet another new beginning. That's more how I'm feeling it. It's like you're used to new beginnings because of how fast you grow and expand and evolve. And this one is just another one, so to speak. But this one, just like any other one, well, it's changing things for the better and in a quite drastic way, from what I can tell. Ace of Pentacles, opportunities in the physical. We may be talking career, we may be talking finances, we may be talking personal belongings like new car, new house. Not all is relevant, take what resonates, obviously. Maybe all is relevant, in that case, take what resonates, obviously. But what I'm saying is, like, yeah, there's movement in the physical, definitely, in what is going on when it comes to your material belongings and your financial stability. There are things evolving here, but since we got the Temperance just before, I can tell that these things evolving and changing and beginning and starting new and afresh, these things are sure new, but they're very much aligned with your updated frequency. This is more like the best way I can put it. It's not just, oh well, whatever, just a random new beginning. It's not, no, it's actually the kind of situation that we've been dreaming for a while, that really feels like it genuinely reflects our current state of being, which may not be relevant in the future because by then we'll have grown and expanded and everything will be different. But as of today, it just feels like through this new beginning, and this new beginning in the material may express itself through a plethora of different forms yet again. It feels like energy, like the material is catching up with your current state of your current state of embodiment. It feels like a catch up. It feels like, yeah, it's reflecting who you are actually, and so that feels very new and fresh, and that feels very, very good. We're not just peaceful within. It's like our external reality reflects it too. So also indicating me the end of chaos. If some of you have been in chaotic environments, I'm seeing that this is also coming to an end. Chaotic friendships. Now that I'm seeing it, I was saying before that we had all the suits. No, we ain't got the cups, but missed that point, missed that part, whatever. But yeah, I'm really getting, especially for those who've been experiencing chaos through relationships, maybe relationships within the context of your career or not, maybe home relationships, maybe relationships with friends or people we thought were friends, whatever. If they're chaos, these people are leaving because they're not reflecting your frequency, straight up, you know? Two of Wands, we're making plans, we're moving, we're acting on our desires, and that is something which is also reminding me of that card that we pulled before, the Desire card. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering a little today, by the way. I just feel like dreams are being reactivated in a way. Lost dreams, failed dreams, dreams we abandoned because back then we had too many beliefs around these things because we felt broken, because this, because that. Dreams we didn't act upon, so to speak. They're coming in, not only are they coming in full swing, but they're appearing in a different form, so much so that we today are acting on them. The Two of Wands, it's the card of planning, making plans, but it's the Wands, it's the fire, it's the excitement, it's the movement. That is also in conjunction with the Ace of Pentacles, saying me that if we're only talking about career, that could very well indicate a reorientation, a redirection, the beginning of a new job, graduating and going to a new school, but something that we actually very much care about, something that we actually very much enjoy. So it's not just making plans, it's making plans on things that excite us. So that is very good. That is very exciting. And I feel like this energy has already started, by the way. This energy coming through right now. Some of you may not realize it, but this has already started. It's like, for those, some of you have already observed it, that it feels like it's quite recent. We could be talking about like a matter of days since it started, but this energy is very much present. We're actually currently in it. So it's not something to be looking forward to. Just want to let you know, it's like the shift has already started. Just as I love that card, it really, with the sword, my mind immediately went to sword suits, and that is just feeling like two messages. It just feels like taking revenge over life, but revenge for ourselves. It's not revenge in a angry way, in a I need to destroy something else so as to feel good about myself. None of that. Again, we're over the chaos. We're not interested in that. It's very much revenge, quote unquote revenge, as in showing ourselves that no, we actually were freaking worth it all along, and that no, we actually were capable of doing it all along, and we're actually getting to do it. I'm getting the kind of situation of, in the past, we felt turned down by people around us, whatever their relationship to us was, and it really made us feel not really good about ourselves. We felt less than because our lives weren't looking one way or another. And now that all is shifting, we really get to realize that us investing in ourselves, us deciding to choose our peace, our heart, our intuition over what we were told to do, basically, or whatever else, or the chatter of the mind, has really yielded something that is so valuable, that these very people that we felt hurt by back then, well, we today observe how our lives is way more preferable than theirs from our perspective, which is all that matters, right? So this is it feels like vengeance to the ego, but in a very good way. It's like, you freaking deserve it, sweetheart. It's yours. It's time to stop downplaying yourself. It's like, no, you were worth it all along. Perhaps back then wasn't the time, and so these people came at a bit of an unfortunate, like the timing may have been unfortunate, so it hurt us back then. Okay, but your ego deserves to feel like it's winning. Oh, it totally does deserve it. And even if we don't talk about our human ego, which is beautiful in every way, shape, or form, it just feels like retrieving what was ours all along, and just feeling much more powerful and standing much more clear in who we are. It's a very empowering card and energy that I'm getting here. Two of Pentacles is literally is giving me this sense of abundance. Like, we have so much going on all of a sudden, that because we haven't been dealing with so much, and because we may have been in this energy of being a hermit, because we may have been like very focused on our process, so to speak, in these last months or years even, we're kind of used to things going slow. We're kind of used to things not really not really appearing in the physical, and we're more used to things going fast within, because this has been the chapter we were in, you know? It's like nothing to be discussed, that's just how it was. And so now that it almost feels like it's the tendency switching over, it isn't. It's still very active within. It's still very rich and very beautiful within, but the physical reflects this. It reflects it, and so it just feels like all of a sudden, boom, out of the blue, we have our schedule fills up to the brim. with beautiful things that we very much love, like lots of new people, lots of new opportunities, and we're like, oh my god, we don't know how to juggle. This is the kind of juggling between two different opportunities, not being completely able to have them both land at the same time. So this is kind of the funny energy, an invitation to stay centered and to choose yourself over and over and over again, but there is not a single worry about the fact that, I mean, you're good. But it's kind of a funny energy of a kind of I would describe it as a rich person kind of problem to have, or before you were like, oh my god, I don't know when things gonna be moving, and now all of a sudden, because of your hard work, it almost feels like there's too much. So it feels like a funny problem to have, knowing the context. So that a lot of movement in the physical, I see. So that is very good. Let's see what we have for the oracle cards now. Yep. Where did I put them? Yeah, there we go. I feel, first of all, we're gonna be talking about the moon cards here, because I just feel like this is a very big, it yet again gives us a huge bit of context to why it is happening. You know, when the ego goes, oh my god, but I don't know if I'm fully healed, if I fully deserve it, and there may be some doubts coming up. It's like, sweetheart, you've worked so hard for that. It's yours to claim. And working so hard, something for the ego to hear. It's like, you don't, all of this is not happening because you deserve it now that you've worked. You didn't earn it. You worked your way so as to let go, leave the past behind, so as to, and reveal what needed to be seen within. You worked really hard so as to let go of old illusions, let go of old beliefs, so as to realize that you're worthy of it all along. All of these things happening, they're not happening as a reward. It's not a reward for your hard work. It's your natural state of being. That's the norm. Your hard work allowed you to see that and to fully claim it. Now that you're not expecting otherwise, the universe is more than happy to finally have the opportunity to give it all to you. The universe doesn't know what to do with all these things. They have your name on it. It cannot give it to anyone else. You're the only one of you. If these things have your name on it, they're just, and if you don't want them, they're just stuck there. No one's gonna touch them. It's got your name on it. So I'm more than happy to give it all to you now that you open it up. And there's also an invitation to, there's just a quick side message, the Spirit saying, and the universe saying, you realized, and you keep on realizing it even more every day, how powerful it is for you to go within and explore your essence and yours. Okay, give me a second. That feels like a bit of a complex message. But it's basically like an invitation for you to realize, to acknowledge the power that you have discovered within yourself. Yes, you are the master of your vibration. You are the master of your frequency, and that is what dictates your life in this holographic reality. It's like when you're projecting a movie. We go to the theater to see a movie. The movie doesn't exist on the screen. It's projected from behind us by a projector. There's a projector projecting the light onto a screen. We watch the screen. You are the projector, and the screen is what you see. And you realizing it is power right there. And so I just feel like you're the kind of person who's fallen in love with this kind of work by now, because it's not work. You realize that it's more like self-love than it actually is work, because it's just you caring about how you feel and you wanting to be happy, you know. So it's something. There is definitely also, like, use your mind wisely. I feel like there's an invitation to still, like, safeguard your mind for some reason. That feels like very specific, but for some of you it feels relevant. Please don't believe everything your mind says. That's what I'm hearing, basically. Like, you've come to realize that, but yet again, feels relevant. Understand that sometimes when you feel rough, it's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel yourself. It's okay to feel the emotions that come up with everything that needs to be released. Totally normal. it's not because you feel bad that what your mind tells you is true. It's not because you feel, it's not because you're experiencing lower vibrational emotions that it means that your mind is accurate in how it perceives things, okay? Like the best for last. Love. I just feel like this has been a beautiful journey for you when it comes to sinking into better self-understanding and self-love, honestly. And this is also something that's reflecting itself. This new, I guess we can talk about life at this point, this new life, this new organization, especially when we see like, I see someone who just recently moved in to a new apartment, so in a new city, perhaps, new friends, new everything. I just feel like this is a new life based on self-love and based on what makes you happy because you've learned to prioritize yourself. And so the energy is so not only relaxed but also so happy, so peaceful, and so loving. And that, yes, too reflects itself in your relationships. I'm seeing beautiful relationships in every field, in every shape, in every way, shape, or form. Beautiful friendships, beautiful like business partnerships, beautiful roommates, classmates, beautiful romantic partnerships too. It's like a lot of love emanating through your relationships. You lining up with people who are in their heart just like you. So that is beautiful and that is very sweet. That is just, I mean, all. Thank you so much, Pan number one, for having shared space with me today. That was a lovely reading, very, very empowering and uplifting. It's like, yeah, it's beautiful, but you freaking earned it. It's like it's long overdue, honestly. So that is really, really cool. I really wish you all the best. Please let me know down in the comments how it went for you. I'd love to know. I'd love to know about that. And also, please like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. That support me a lot. That being said, yeah, I wish you all the best. I wish you to enjoy and be grateful for all that happens, all that unfolds in your life. And yeah, enjoy it all. Bye. Hey there, Pan number 2, how are you doing? Welcome to the reading. I hope you're doing great. If Pan number 2, if you chose the Citrine, that's going to be your reading, okay? So we're going to get into it. We're going to keep the oracle cards to the side, and we're going to start with the Old Trusty Tarot, and we're going to be asking Spirit, okay, Pan number 2 has been putting in the work. They've been choosing themselves. They've been following their intuition. What can they be expecting? What beautiful things can they be expecting? Lots of swords. Interesting. Okay. One last one maybe. Yep. 5 of Swords. Okay. Let's see. There's a huge emphasis on relationships, I'm not gonna lie. And we're gonna start with that because it feels like the low-hanging fruit at the moment. Relationships. King of Swords, we got the 5 of Swords, also the Knight of Wands. It just gives me this sensation that you've been unlocking recently. You've been untying a lot of knots, undoing a lot of beliefs about yourself, and so you've really, not necessarily realizing it, you have got even the Dragonfly, which deals with like the truth, seeing beyond the veil. You've really started to claim your authentic nature more and more and more, realizing that you don't need to wear all of these masks just to make yourself feel safe. And as such, I am kind of getting this energy of you stepping into a much more unapologetic version of yourself. And that is inducing a lot of shifts in your relationships. A common theme that I see with Pan number 1 is chaos. 5 of Swords tends to indicate chaotic relationships with people. It may be at home, it may be with people in your working environment, in your study environment. It could be many things, but I do see like being the presence of people that you don't necessarily enjoy the presence of because of who they choose to be. And I'm just saying that this is coming to an end because you are putting boundaries, whereas before it wasn't necessarily done. I just feel like this, I'm hearing like strong character development in a way, I guess, but it just feels like, yeah, you've learned to discover yourself, to appreciate yourself, to realize that you're worth it and you deserve to be happy. And it is more, and you're more than welcome to say no to people who don't respect it. And this is very much what I see is like you currently may be in a bit of a chaotic situation where you are in the process of saying no to people, and those kind of people not liking hearing no because they've been used to trespassing your boundaries for so long that now that you're like putting them up, they don't understand. They feel like it's personal attack, that now you put like your boundaries feel like a personal attack to them because they're just so used to not recognizing them. Demanding respect, things like that, they don't get it. They're not okay with it. They feel like they're losing their grip in a way. So I am picking up on this form of chaos, which may have just happened or is currently going on. But what I'm saying is you're just choosing your peace, honestly. King of Swords is like the peace of mind, the master of the mind. And that comes with a lot of tranquility in a way. And also choosing, it's like when I see this image, I'm just seeing like, yeah, it's just a guy who enjoys being in the mountains on his own. Why? Because he chooses it. He wouldn't want to be doing this, he would be doing something else, but it very much feels like choosing oneself over everyone else, which is important. And Knight of Wands is giving me this energy of being unapologetic and not caring. So I am seeing for you a huge shift in your relationships. You deciding to put up those boundaries is kicking out of your experience all of those who are not in agreement with said boundaries, who are not okay with respecting boundaries, and welcoming a lot of people who find it normal. As soon as you consider it to be normal and start defending them, you will start attracting people who do that as well. So I'm saying, yeah, an up leveling in your relationships and just starting meeting up with people who you relate to way more and in a much deeper way, in a much deeper light, and people with whom you're gonna really connect with and have a lot of fun. Like Knight of Wands, it's still like having a lot of fun. This could be doing with like new friend groups, new colleagues, really whatever, but people you really do connect with way more. I'm also hearing, we don't have any references to Pentacles, but also people who feel like family to some extent, like the tribe, the people, I'm hearing like the bad boys. It's like the group of people you feel comfortable being with, the friends group, basically. So that's like a big theme that I'm seeing. Page of Swords, just a thing with all of the birds that we're seeing all over the place. I am noticing that, like, the need for the message, you're protected. Even when things get a little more chaotic, know that you're safe. Even if people want you to not believe it, you're good, okay? You're safe. You are protected from the beyond, and maybe ancestors and powerful angels, and no one can really stand that. Especially people who are choosing not to be in the light. Back to the Page of Swords, this is giving me like the energy of, because we are stepping into a much cleaner mind space, a much clearer mind space, because we're releasing the chaos, there's more room for us to be focusing on the things that we do enjoy instead. I am getting this image that because of the chaos you really had, it was difficult for you to think of something else because it was very present. It was like banging at the door all the time. So it's like, how can you be thinking of something else? It's hard to focus kind of energy. With that leaving, maybe right now, maybe like just around the corner, I am seeing that, yeah, now there's space, now that we've detached from it all, there's space for us to have new ideas, to be pursuing new interests. It just feels like, yeah, there's so much more room for activity. There's so much more room for you to just explore different things, think differently, and yeah, just make a lot of changes all throughout your day and your life, because again, there's so much more room that has been freed by virtue of cutting these people off. So a lot of opportunities, but I'm really feeling it like in a generic, holistic way. This could mean literally anything. Like perhaps some of you want to spend more time outside and meet new people. Some of you may want to. I'm hearing some of you may have wanting to go back to study something. Some of you may be wanting to spend more time in nature. Some of you may want to the opposite, spend more time on playing on a video game. I don't know, but what I'm saying is like you are allowing yourself to explore a lot of your interests that were suppressed back then because the chaos of your situation that you were in did not allow. It was like there were more pressing matters, and so you couldn't really give yourself the space and the time to explore all these things. And that is coming back, so that is beautiful. And for the oracle cards, got refinement. Like that. Know that you're loved. Wait. Yeah, this is like beautiful confirmation. This is confirmation for all that we've said. Quick message. Does this guy remind you of a video game character from The Witcher? If you know, let me know in the comments, because I just first time I saw this card, I was like, wait, I know this guy. Whatever. That was like nothing to do with the reading, but I'm really curious to know. This really feels like a set of confirmations to go deeper. Know that you're loved, go wild. It really genuinely puts the emphasis on you putting up boundaries, realizing that you are worth it, realizing that even if some people that you were very close to chose to be bitter, to be angry, to be whatever, to be in the dark, and to be projecting onto you all of their toxicity and all of their chaos and all their whatever, understand that even if these people are not showing you the love, there is an infinite amount of love to go around, and you're never going to be sure of it. And you connecting with this love and realizing that this love is unconditional, so much so that it does not even depend on the people you have around. Oh yeah, the people around you may reflect it or not. That is just a truth, a statement, an unconditional. You came here loved, you were loved even before, and you'll be loved even after you go away, by everything, by the entire universe. When we tune into this love, you realize you don't have to try to play little and please someone who doesn't see that. Oh, they don't love you. Well, that's their problem. There's an entire world that loves you. Why would you waste your time with the one person who doesn't? That's the kind of energy. From this perspective, from this new integrated perspective, because I feel like there were some wounds around that. There were quite some wounds around it, family wounds too. Now that we've reintegrated this inner channel, we've reintegrated these very powerful aspects of us, realize, hey, I actually don't want you in my life, literally. It's like, I don't need you anymore. I really don't, because I know I'm loved, and you don't reflect that, so why would I waste my time with you? And subsequently, the direct consequence, go wild, that's this Knight of Wands energy, is you just go unapologetically, you just go wild, you just start being unapologetically you, and start attracting a lot of beautiful people into your life who are very much on board with that too. So it's just like a huge up level of your relationships, but also the way you feel. We got like with this refinement card, I just feel, King of Swords, there's a lot of maturity that comes from knowing oneself and realizing what is you and what is not you, what is just projection from other people, and what is your worth. There's this kind of maturity that comes from you having explored your childhood, you having discovered all of these wounds, integrated them, healed them, and yeah, I just feel like you feeling so proud of yourself, as much as Spirit is freaking proud of you for doing all that work, and coming to this place where you realize, oh my god, I'm just so lovable, I'm just so freaking worthy. How lovable I was has never been put on the table to be discussed. It's never been discussed, but by those two people. So I'm realizing that no, the problem has never been within me. The problem was with these people. But that realization is a very mature and profound realization. And I generally feel that you, not only being very proud of you, but also like being very happy being you. like feeling very humbled that you have the experience to be you, you know, this kind of very profound energy. Watch and wait. I love it. It's a very silly sense of humor from Spirit. This is telling me, you know, these people who are, I feel like for some of you, you're dealing with toxic people. Some of you may be straight out dealing with narcissists. It's like there's this, I'm getting that for some of you, not all, take what resonates, leave the rest. There's this energy of people being so used to how things were with you that they actually were streaming some of their needs through you and through your lack of boundaries, and so they may not appear very willing to let go of this relationship with you whenever you'll start saying no, if you haven't already. And Spirit is just saying, just watch and wait. They've chosen to do dirty, they'll get dirty. It's not in the sense of a punishment. You can see it as a punishment if you want. It's just like, if you do dirty, you're gonna be presented with your own shit. Do you like it? Does it smell good? Does it taste good? No, then why are you doing it? And so this is a very, I feel like there's a lot of humor, a lot of irony in this. Is like, just watch and wait, just let it go, and you'll see them drowning in their own mess. Basically, this is what I'm hearing. Don't waste your time, just let the universe show it. Just let them collapse. I just feel like the funny thing is that in your situation, for those for whom applies, as soon as you retract your energy from them, you will literally see, even before the world intervenes so as to show them why you don't do that, you will see collapse onto themselves, realizing that they were using you as one of their foundations. Once you remove yourself, the whole castle crumbles because there was no foundation to begin with. So I just feel like it will lead in your particular experience to very ironic and silly realizations about who these people truly were, and who they truly were. Let's just say who they truly chose to be, and realizing that, yeah, it would have never worked even if we really cared about these people. So I just feel like it's a really good news, because all of this topic feels it feels like it really does matter to you. Like, that peace of mind is something that you really need. So I'm really happy, really, for you, Panda Butsu. So yeah, honestly, good news from what I can tell. Thank you so much for sharing space with me, Panda Butsu. That was a very empowering reading. I feel like the end of a more difficult cycle within our lives. So more than welcome. Please let me know down in the comments how it went for you, if you recognize this character. Please let me know. Also, please like the video and subscribe. I'd love that. And yeah, I'm gonna move on to part number 3. Till then, take care and just watch and wait while you sink deeper in self-love. Okay? See ya. Hey there, part number 3, how are you doing? Welcome to the reading. I hope you're having a good day. Part number 3 features the Pyrite. That's going to be a reading, and so we're getting into it. The oracle cards, as per for the other groups, I'm going to be leaving on the side. We're going to come back to them later on. We're going to start with the tarot, asking Spirit, after all of your dedication to yourself, what are the amazing things that are unfolding in your life? Ace of Pentacles, of course. The Magician. Ooh, okay. We're going in hot. What else, Spirit? Got 2 other ones. Yeah. Knight of Swords. A lot of movement. A lot of fast-paced movement too. The kind of pace that you may have forgotten was a thing. Like with the 5 of Cups, I'm gonna start with that. I generally see you coming out of a period where you've been processing a truckload of grief, and I'm hearing that it may not be the end of that, but it's completely different, because back then we were like, we need to process it all so as for things to start moving, and now that things are starting to pick up pace, and a lot of it, like Knight of Swords, it's like things are moving fast, okay? It's like we just feel so much more peaceful and relaxed that even if there are other things that we want to see within ourselves, we are just more than happy. It's like that feels like there's no more pressure when it comes to our healing journey. That's what it feels. Before we would be harsh onto ourselves, feeling like we need to do the work so as for things to go forward. Now that things are going forward, we're like, okay, I actually realized that I had all the time in the world. But that is like a permission slip that the mind needed. But yeah, you processing all of this grief has opened so much room for activities and the happiness and joy and abundance and all that is. And I just feel like even if you feel like there are other things, some of you may be like, yeah, but can tell I'm not done. And Spirit's like, I can tell that I don't care. It's like you've done amazing. You can feel that you may have other things for some of you. You may feel like there are other things that need to be explored. That's totally okay. You have already done so much. Things are already opening. And in your own timing, whenever you feel like you want to love yourself even more and to discover even more about yourself, you will be doing that. No pressure at all. But that is just like, it's not needed anymore. You've already done the bulk of the work. Now it's just an act of self-love. I just feel like you're also, through this shift in pace, you're getting to realize how harsh you had been with yourself when it comes to your healing journey, and the fact that you actually very much prefer loving yourself from now on, which I can tell experience like, yeah, that's a good recommendation. Not something we have told you like 30 million times, but the mind needed the permission slip yet again, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I just feel like, yeah, this grief, the relationship to this grief is completely changing. It's like we're seeing now, before we would hate it as something that needs to go, and now we're like, I actually love it, and I'm just gonna honor it, you know, and take it as an opportunity to sink even deeper in self-love. So that is a beautiful change of pace just when it comes to how you deal with yourself and how you deal with just your evolution. That being said, let's talk about this pace picking up. Ace of Pentacle, boom, the Magician, boom, the Wheel, boom, we got had the Knight. It's like things are shifting fast. Another very fun thing is like the circles. I'm hearing things coming full circle. A lot of the things which you have been dreaming of and almost believing were impossible and so far out of reach, it's all happening in a way that you had never expected. And that is just feels beautiful. It truly, I'm truly seeing like the energy of miracle is just, back then it would have felt like completely delusional to think that these things were even possible in your life, and now they're happening, and you're like, now that I see it in my experience, it feels surprisingly easy, and I can think of a million ways in which it could have easily come into being in my life. And I realized that thinking back then I was impossible was a little, that was delusional, that was untrue, that was just not grounded at all, even if it felt like it. So, you know, it's like, it's a miracle, but at the same time, it's not something that we put on a pedestal. It's not something out of reach anymore. It's just like, yeah, that's just a thing. You are magical. So magic is normal. You know, it's this kind of, I'm hearing desacralization. I don't even know if that's a word in English. It just, it's all of these things that we used to put on a pedestal, we're taking them out of there. It's like, no, we're on the same level. It's not something too fancy. It's normal, okay? And a lot of the things that we used to dream of are coming full circle. They're coming back, and we didn't expect that. Ace of Pentacles, opportunities. In all areas of life, we're talking new friendships, new partnerships. We're talking increase in finances. We're talking moving places, if that's something we've been looking for. I'm hearing new pets, the beginning of families, pregnancy for some. Take what resonates, leave the rest. But basically, we're talking all these things that you've been dreaming of for so long, you can feel them coming back to you because we've opened up, releasing all of these grief, realize, oh my God, actually, I'm completely worth it. It's not out of the, it's like, it's not extraordinary at all. Again, it's like taking it out of the sacred, although it is sacred, but just taking it out of this weird space we would put all of our desires inside of our mind. The Magician is very much us realizing that all of it's very funny because I'm getting this energy of you having tried so hard, and through this healing process you're realizing that all the things you wished for are actually coming to you, but they're all coming in a way you did not expect, all coming in a way that feels so awfully simple. And it's like, how can this be so simple? I thought I had to work so hard for it. And grieving it, I realized that no, I'm just worth it. And it's like, again, there's this idea of us having such a weird illusion about the fact that all of our dreams were so far out of reach, and they're like, no, no, they're right here. The Magician is very much us seeing our life just like we want it, just like we want it, meaning just like it is meant to be for us, unfolding right before our eyes in ways which feel so simple, in which we didn't expect, because there's a lot of surrenderedness in there. There's a lot of surrenderedness, there's a lot of detachment. These are all lessons that you came to learn, it's funny because we get to reunite with all of these things about manifestation, but in a where we're looking at it from the perspective of the heart this time. Before, we were trying so hard to make it work with our heart so heavy, and we were so much in our mind that we were pushing so hard and nothing was moving. And now we're coming back to it all, and everything's working because we're looking at it from the heart, not from the mind anymore. We've let it go. And that feels very empowering, realizing that it was so simple all along, but we needed to understand that. We need to come to conclusions with our minds, with our fears, with our grief. And the wheel is just a very positive omen that just indicates me you're not ready for what's coming, except you truly are. Things are shifting for you in ways you have totally imagined 1,000 times in your dreams over and over and over again, but in ways that your mind doesn't expect to see it happen, actually, as much as you dream of it. You just feel like, yeah, expect the things that you wanted happening in ways that you never thought was possible, realizing that it was very, very possible all along. It's a very empowering and very positive message. Regeneration, yes, I like this card. It makes a lot of sense. Step into your power, yes, as well. I'm gonna run out of space. Yeah, regeneration. I just feel like there's a lot of healing when we're seeing all of these things happening. We have been healing a lot on our end, but there's a huge, deep wave of healing, like flooding our lives because we're seeing the results of our work. It feels like we've been in this hermit mode and we've been working, focusing on ourselves for so long, but we hadn't truly felt like the real movement outside of us. We have seen it in in a plethora of different ways, but not in like big, huge ways like, oh my god, everything's different, like I'm moving home kind of things. That is happening. And I just feel like this is I'm just seeing like you crying. Like this is bringing a whole lot, like a huge release, a huge emotional release, because it's like, yeah, all of these things, you've been dedicating yourself to your intuition, to following your path, to following the lead of your heart, even though you didn't know where it would lead you. And now you see why. Now you finally understand why you had to experience all of it. Now everything makes a lot of sense. And with this card, funnily enough, I'm seeing you as this figure on this card, as in just rocking it out, dancing, scream on top of your lung your favorite song in your living room, and just dancing and just living your best life. Honestly, stepping into your power. It just felt like such a profound change of pace in your life, and a massive update when it comes to your identity. Like, yeah, with the solar plexus chakra here, it's like the way you view yourself is completely shifting. You're not seeing yourself as an powerless individual anymore. It's like you see how powerful you are, and that is beautiful. 1111 on the timer. Step up and lead. That is showing me like, yeah, now that you realize, now that you've acquired this quiet understanding of yourself, it just feels like, yeah, you're stepping out of this powerless victim identity that we used to have, that was fed by all of this grief. Now that we've purged it all, it's like we're just starting to live life on our own terms. And it's beautiful. Transformation is beautiful. There you go. Haven't read the last card with an 11. There you go. But this is very much what I'm seeing, is like a profound transformation of how you view yourself, of your identity, and as a consequence of your entire life. And that is beautiful. That is a profound transformation. We're talking like very big transformation. So that is beautiful. Thank you so much, Pound number 3, for having shared space with me today. That was a lovely reading. Pyrite crystal is also associated with a lot of abundance, you know, so that is beautiful. A lot of things that it's just time for you to receive. Okay, now that you realize that yes, you are loved, you completely deserve it. It's just time for it. So enjoy it all. Please let me know in the comments I went for you. Like the video and subscribe. I'm not keeping you stuck here for any longer. You have a lot of things to explore and enjoy. Okay? Have a good one. Bye.